Hello and welcome to BBSN. This is Anthony, and we're back tonight with the 1922 St. Louis Browns time machine replay, where they traveled in 1977 to supplant the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League East. And just a quick update on the stats through 8 games. The Browns currently hold a record of 6-2, and as expected, turning into quite the offensive powerhouse. They're hitting .331 as a team through 8 games, led by a couple of surprising figures, actually. No surprise that Ken Williams is the hitting leader at .452, has 8 RBIs. Jack Tobin, again, not so much a surprise that he's hitting .412, but that he does lead the team in 3 home runs, as he 3 of the actual 5 they've hit as a team thus far, and 7 RBIs to go along with that average. George Sisler, as expected, hitting .364. His 3 extra base hits have all been triples, something this team excels at. They have 10 of those through 8 games. And Sis also has 7 ribbies. The biggest surprise probably, well, Baby Doll Jacobson, not a surprise, he's at .375 now, but he was struggling before the last couple of games, and Ray has raised his average up. It was down in the low 200s prior to that. Hank Severide, the catcher who splits duties with Pat Collins, .435, which is second on the team. A huge surprise at this point in time, as Severide, a decent enough hitter, was more noted for his defensive prowess. Was definitely the better defensive catcher of the two, and Collins slightly better offensively, though he's only hitting .125 through 2 starts thus far. Moving down to pitching, no surprise that Urban Shocker, who will be going in the next game, is 2-0, the best pitcher on the staff, 2 complete game victories, in which he has a .94 whip and an ERA of 1. Elam Van Gilder, 1-1, had one really good start, was shellacked in his second start. Ray Culp, 2 solid starts, 2-0 also, along with Shocker, and a .284 ERA, while Dixie Davis was terrible in his initial start, but in his last start threw a complete game shutout to lower his ERA down to .527, so you can imagine what that was before. And pretty much as expected from the relief crew, not a lot of work. Rasty Wright has pitched the most, 4 1/3 innings, and has a 8+ ERA, and a second on the team, or third on the team, worst whip of 139. Hub Pruitt has had limited duty, has a .226 whip, which should come down. And that's basically a look at the scores to date for this team. And currently ready to start their second game against the White Sox, who they won 2 out of 3 of to open the season, and took the opener in this return series at Comiskey Park 7-0 behind Dixie Davis, as mentioned. So again, we expected this team to score some runs and on occasion give up a few as well, which you see in their opening game against the Tigers. They were hit with 12 runs there, and that was Dixie Davis's first start. But overall, early in the season, averages will kind of level out as we go, but pretty much what we would anticipate seeing from this team. Decent pitching from a couple of guys, but mostly the offense carrying them. So in tonight's game, game 9 of the season, Browns at Comiskey again against these same White Sox, and no changes to the Browns lineup. Yeah, well, one change actually from last game. Get that in there so you can see it. Again, it'll be Tobin, Ellerby, Sisler, Williams, Jacobson, McManus, Severide, Shorten, and Wally Gerber. Urban Shocker, who's off to an exceptional start, will be on the mound for the Brownies tonight. And for the White Sox, surprisingly, same lineup as they used in the opener of this series, and again, using as-played lineups based on who the Toronto Blue Jays played on this date for the Browns' opponents. So Bannister, Stillman, Orta, Richie Zisk, Jim Spencer, Gamble, Eric Soderholm, Chet Lemon, and Jim Essien behind the plate. So with that, this will be the last basic game played in this Time Machine replay. If you watched my vlog Friday, I did indicate that I had ordered the 2017 Strat set and discovered, while looking at a couple of individual team sets, that the St. Louis Browns actually had a set on Strat-O-Matic.com which has the advanced and super advanced side. So pick them up. They should be here sometime this week, hopefully by midweek. So again, will be the last game basic. I may play a couple of games offline before the super advanced set gets here, just to move along. As I mentioned, playing every game of the payoff pitch 69 Cubs replay. I want to blow through a few of these games offline, and then play 2 or 3 games, or maybe 1 or 2 games each series, and keep things updated in terms of stats and everything. So that said, let's roll. Let's play some baseball. So Brownies on the road. Jack Tobin leads it off. And 1 and a 12, pop out plus injury, and not using injuries in this one, so that'll be an F3. 1 down for Tobin. Frank Ellerby the batter, and lots of 12s already. 2 12s, first 2 rolls. That will be a walk for Ellerby. And Ellerby probably, amongst the 3 worst runners on this team. He will not go. George Sisler up, 1 on, 1 out. And 6-8. And that's going to be a pop out to first base. So Steve Stone on the mound for the White Sox. Looks to get out of the first inning here with Ken Williams at the dish. And 4 and a 3 will be a fly ball X. And there we go. I say my chart disappeared for a minute. So fly ball X to right field, and in right field for the Chi Sox is Richie Zisk, who is a 4. And 17, that will be a fly out, so Zisk makes the play. And Brownies are gone in the top of the first inning. They do get a base runner on, but do not score. And coming up will be the White Sox, who were stifled in the opening game of this series by Dixie Davis. Hoping to have a little bit better luck against Urban Shocker today, though he is the ace of the staff, so maybe wishful thinking. And 5 and a 5. And Shocker is going to retire Bannister on a fly ball to center. Jacobson puts that away, 1 down. Royal Stillman, who is not a regular starter in the White Sox outfield, gets his 2nd straight start here. And 6 and 7, that is Shocker's bad area, so Stillman with a single. And he is not a runner. There's really no runners on this White Sox team. Chet Lemon, borderline, but even that's iffy, so he will stay put. George Orta up. 4 and a 5, ground ball to second base, and that is a C, so runner will advance. And the only play that McManus has is over to first. So 4-3, Orta goes down, 2 outs, and Richie Zisk, pitch at your own risk. Zisk, here comes the throw, 6 and a 5, and that'll be a split chance. Needs a 1 though for a single, so it's a skinny, and that'll be a line out to Gerber. So L6, and the Sox get 1 hit but leave the runner on, and we head to the top of the second, 0-0. Baby Doll Jacobson will lead off the top of the second for the Brownies. And Jacobson hitting a tepid 375 and 1 and a 6. And this could be a possible home run. He rips this one deep, deep, deep and caught. Gave it a ride, but short of the wall. Royal Stillman pulls this in. Nothing but a loud out. One down for the Brownies. Marty McManus up. Pitch from Stoney. 3 and a 7, and that's going to be a ground ball down to short. So 6-3, Bannister retires McManus, and 2 quick outs. Hank Severide, the batter. Severide, not the noted hitter, did hit 321 in 1922, but not one of the people you think about when you think of the bats on this squad, and he pops that out to Bannister. So F6, and 3 up, 3 down go the Brownies in the second. And we head to the bottom of the inning, still no score. Jim Spencer, first baseman, leads it off for the Chi Sox here in the bottom of the second inning. Shocker gets a sign from Severide. The pitch. And 5 and a 12, that's a fly ball X to right field. And residing out there, Jack Tobin is a 2. So 18, and Tobin makes a fine play, running to his left, hauls it in. And 1 down as Spencer heads back to the dugout. Shocker gets the ball. Gamble is set. Here comes a pitch. 6 and an 8, and Shocker again gives up the single. And Gamble also not a big runner. He would need a roll of 2, and just thought about it, but decided not to. Eric Soderholm up. 1 down, runner on first base. Pitch. 4 and a 6, ground ball shortstop X. And Gerber is a 2. So 16. And 16 and a 2, and that is going to be over to second base. McManus with a pivot, and they have a 6-4-3 double play. So again, the Sox get a hit, but cannot do anything with it. And we're heading to the top of the third. Still no score in this one. And Stoney back on the mound. Would go on to have a fine announcing career. Chick Shorten, 1922's first and only designated hitter, steps in. And 2 and 8, ground ball down to short. And Bannister over to first base, and we have 1 down for the Brownies here. In the top of the third, Wally Gerber, the batter. Stone comes home to the Brown shortstop, and 1-6. It's going to be a line out. Rips that at Bannister, but he makes a nice play. Sticks the glove out, and 2 up, 2 down. And Stoney has set down 7 Browns in a row now since a 1-out walk to Ellerby, back in the first. Back to the top of the order, and Tobin, who popped out to first base, is up. 6-6, split chance, and Tobin rips it, and that gets through into right field. So with 2 outs, the Brownies have a base runner, and Frank Ellerby, that's their first hit of the day. First of several more to come, I'm sure. 4 and a 6, that's going to be a fly ball to left field. So Steve Stone gives up a hit, but no threat. And we're heading to the bottom of the third inning, still scoreless. And Chet Lemon. Chet Bitter Lemon will look to drop, lemon drop, get it? He will look to drop a hit in against Shocker. Probably lay off the puns tonight. 4 and a 9. And that's going to be a split chance, possibly a triple. He rips that. He's going to have to settle for a single on that, however. So Lemon, and Lemon is the Sox' best threat to run. And he still needs a roll of 3, not going to happen. Jim Essien up, and Chicago gets a sign. And are they going to play some small ball here? They are indeed. So hit and runs on. Here comes a pitch. And 9, and batter misses pitch. Roll 20-sided die for steal result. Oy. No bueno there. And Lemon is a C. And Severide's going to take 3 off his opportunity to be safe. So C, it's going to be 1 to 11 minus the 3. So this needs to be a roll of 1 to 8. And Lemon hung out to dry. So Essien cannot come through, and Lemon gets hung up, thrown out easily by Severide. 1 down now. The pitch to Essien. 4-4, catcher's card X. And the aforementioned Severide is a 2. And that will be a 9 on the catcher's card. 9-2, and that's going to be a pop out. Severide discards the mask, circles under it, and pulls it in. So 2 outs, back to the top of the order now, and Alan Bannister, the batter. Shocker sets, delivers, and that's a 6-5, and more than likely a line out. And line out to shortstop. So McManus pulls that in, and the Sox are gone in the bottom of the 3rd. Heading to the top of the 4th, still no score. And not so much a surprise for Chicago against their ace, but the Brownies unable to get on track thus far against Steve Stone, who is matching goose egg for goose egg with Urban Shocker. But the meat of the order looms as George Sisler steps into the batter's box. 3 and 11. And that's going to be a walk. So Sisler on, and Sisler, he will attempt to steal on a roll of 6 or less. He is going. So for the Chi Sox, Essien will also be a -3, and Sisler is a double-A stealer. So 1 to 14 here. Here's a jump, throw down, and Essien guns down Sisler. And Sisler, in his bid to be the first Brown to steal a base this season, gets hung out to dry. And I have to go retrieve my white die from the right field stands. Back and intact. So 1 down for Ken Williams. Here comes a pitch, 1 and a 2, and fouls that out. Essien camps under it. 2 away. Baby doll Jacobson, the batter. And Jacobson tortured Chicago, the opener this series. 6 and a 7. And that'll be a split chance. And rips that into right field, and he's going to be held to a single. So Jacobson on, and he will try and run on a roll of 4 or less. Does not. Marty McManus, second baseman up. 3-7, and that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. And Bannister's going to go the easy way on that, 6-4. So the Brownies get a hit and a base running miscue, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and we are still tied at 0. Royal Stillman, getting one of his rare starts, 2nd day in a row, steps in to face Shocker. Shocker stares him down, delivers. 6-9 is a single. And Shocker, he's just making some bad pitches thus far. Stillman will not try and run. As all 3, actually, of the White Sox hits have come off his card. George Orta up. 3 and a 4, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Tobin takes care of that, 1 down. Richie Zisk, again, pitch at risk to Zisk, your own risk to Zisk. 6 and a 4, and struck him out. So Urban Shocker with the high heat. Richie can't catch up with it. And he heads back to the dugout, bat in tow. And the look of a dejected 6-year-old on his face. 2 down, Jim Spencer up. 3-11, and pops him up. McManus is going to circle under that one. So the leadoff single leads to absolutely nothing, and we're heading to the 5th inning, still tied at 0. Hank Severide will lead things off for the Brownies here in the 5th. Again, a sharp-hitting catcher who entered this game as the 2nd leading hitter on the team at .435, steps in against Stoney. 5 and a 3, and that'll be a ground ball first base X. And Jim Spencer manning the first sack for the White Sox is a 2. 15 and 2. That's going to be a nice pickup by Spence. He takes it to the bag himself, and 1 down. Chick shorten up. Here comes a pitch from Stone, 2-7. And that'll be a split chance. Looks like another triple, and yep, Shorten squeezes that down the line. It rattles around in the corner, and he is chugging for third in head first ahead of the throw. So a 1-out triple. And that is the 11th for the Brownies here in their 9th game of the season. And Jack Tobin staring at the first runner 90 feet away. Here comes a pitch. 5-3, and ground ball to first base X, and again Spence is a 2. Infield remained back. So 2 and 11, and that's going to be a 1-base error, makes no difference. Shorten comes home, and Tobin on due to an E3, an unearned run to Stoney. And we have a breakthrough. The Browns on the board in the top of the 5th on the fielding miscue by Spencer, 1-0. Tobin on first, and into the batter's box is Ellerby. And Ellerby, 6 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And Tobin is going to get to second ahead of the throw, so 4-3. 2 outs, a runner on second for George Sisler. And Sisler walked and was thrown out stealing his last time up. Here comes a pitch from Stone. And 3 and a 9. And that is going to be a single runner's advance 2. And gosh darn it. All right, I made a mistake here. I skipped Gerber's turn in the lineup. So technically, let's go back. Must fix things. 3 and a 9 is going to be a strikeout for Ellerby. So Gerber would be on with the E3. Tobin, I hate it when I do this. I don't even have any wide out either. Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, help. So Tobin would have grounded out since that came off the pitcher's card, and Ellerby will strike out. My score sheet is an ugly mess, but better to get it right. So Sisler will lead off the next inning. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning as the Brownies score 1 run on 1 hit. It is 1-0. Oscar Gamble, the batter. I attribute that partly, I altered my score sheets in Excel, and it just threw me off here the way the batters lineup because I put an extra slot for pinch hitters under the starters rather than add them all at the end. So I apologize for the miscue. 4 and a 3. Would love to say it will not happen again, but at some point it will. And swing and a miss. So gamble, you can look but you can't touch. And 1 down. Eric Soderholm up. And pitch from Shocker, 3-9. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Gerber up with that, and 2 quick outs. Chet, bitter lemon, the batter. And 3-10, and ground ball to the pitcher. Shocker, a nice stab. Whips that over to Sisler, and 3 up, 3 down go the Sox. So we head to the top of the 6th inning now, score in a tight one. Little pitcher's duel developing here. Browns lead at 1-0 on an unearned run, courtesy of Jim Spencer booting a ground ball. So now George Sisler's up to face Stoney. And 2-10, and that'll be a ground ball to the pitcher. So 1 down, Ken Williams the batter. Sisler might have liked the other role better, but 6-7, and again, that's the bad call. So split chance here, and Williams pokes that one into the gap, and he's going to end up at second base, a stand-up double. So a 1-out double for Williams, his first hit of the game, and Baby Doll Jacobson, who has flown out to left and singled, is up. Williams has his lead. Bannister bluffs him back to the bag. The pitch, 5 and a 7, and that's going to be a walk. So first and second for McManus, 1 out. Stoney the pitch. 3-9, and fly ball to center field, and runners are going to hold. So McManus can't get it done. That's going to come down to Hank Severide. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch from Stoney. And Stoney walks the bases full. And Chick Shorten will have a chance to make a decisive blow here for the Brownies. Stoney the pitch. 5-6, and that's going to be a single. And that's going to get home Williams. Jacobson is a 15. And he's going to try it here. So 1-15, they're going to make the play on him. And what a throw from Chet Lemon. Guns him down at the plate. 3 down. So crisis averted. Williams run counts. As Shorten with the RBI single. But Baby Doll goes down 8-2. So the Brownies do tack on another run. Could have been much worse. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 2-0 St. Louis. And Jim Essien, the Sox catcher, will lead it off for them in the bottom of the 6th here. Shocker gets a sign from Severide. The pitch. And 4-10. And Essien drives this ball back. And this ball is gone. So Jim Essien gets all of an Urban Shocker fastball. Drives that just over the wall in left field. That got out of here in a hurry. Solo home run, and that cuts the lead in half to 2-1, back to the top of the order. So Alan Bannister steps in. Shocker has a new ball, rubs it down. Here comes a pitch, and it's going to be a pop out to third base. Ellerby puts that one away. First out of the inning, and Royal Stillman will be the batter. Stillman tonight has singled twice, so Stillman taking advantage of his rare playing time. And 5-6, that's going to be a pop out to McManus, however. So 2 down. Shocker has his footing back after the leadoff home run by Essien. 1-8. And Orta is going to pop that up to McManus as well. So a circuit clout, then 3 straight pop-ups. The Sox score 1 run on 1 hit, and we are through 6, 2/3 through, and it's 2-1 Brownies. As again, a nice little pitcher's duel here going between Shocker and Steve Stone. And Stoney was 15-12 back in 1977. Did have a little bit of an elevated ERA, 4.51 through 31 starts. Walleye Gerber will be the batter. And I caught him this time, 6-7. And split chance. And Gerber, nice sharp single into left field. And Stoney, looks like we are going to have some action in the Sox bullpen here, as we've got a lefty and a righty up. Dave Hamilton the lefty and Laren LeGros the righty. And Gerber, he'll try and steal on a roll of 3 or less. Not a good runner though, so he stays put. Tobin digs in. Stoney has a sign. The pitch, 3-5, and that is going to be a ground ball down to second base. And up with that is Orta over to Bannister back to first, and 4-6-3 double play. So Tobin, he is now 1 for 4 on the night, and that was a huge out there for Stone, who faces Frank Ellerby. Ellerby is walked, flied out, and struck out, 6-5. And Stoney, that's going to be a ground ball X shortstop, and Bannister is a 4. And 4-7, and Bannister with the 1 base error, so he boots a hard ground ball. E6, Ellerby on at first base, and that is the 2nd error of the night for the White Sox. Ellerby gets the lead, and again, not a big runner, needs 2, not going to happen. Sisler the batter, here comes a pitch from Stoney. 4-7, and that'll be a ground ball second base X. And Orta also a 4, and that's a 6. 4-6, and Orta can't get to that. That's a single 1 base advance, so Ellerby stops at second, and Sisler on at first, and Stoney getting let down by his fielders here, and he needs to get Williams out, where his evening will come to a brief end. Rubs down the baseball. Here comes a pitch. 2-10, and Williams, circuit shot deep into the night, a 3-run blast. All 3 runs unearned. So 4 of the 5 runs by the Brownies tonight coming on errors or due to errors, as Ken Williams, 3-run shot, and the Brownies break this one open now, as Ellerby and Sisler trot home. And that's going to be the night, or going to be a night for Stone, as the Browns extend the lead to 5-1. And from the bullpen, it will be Laren LeGros, the new pitcher. So book closes on Steve Stone. He's going to end up going 6 2/3 innings. It's a shame here. Double play and then an error single and a 3-run blast by Williams knock him out of the game. So over 6 2/3. 6, 7, 8. He gives up 8 hits. 5 runs. Only 1 of those runs earned. Stoney's going to end up walking 3, 4. Walks 4 and has just 1 strikeout. And 1 very big home run. So Baby Doll Jacobson in now, as LeGros is going to try and end this inning. 2-6, and that's going to be a split chance. And Baby Doll loops a single into the outfield. So the Browns, as they're wont to do about once every game here, exploding in the top of the 7th inning. Marty McManus the batter, 5-5, and struck him out, swing and a miss, and he goes down. And the inning at last comes to an end, but not before the Browns plate 3 big runs, all 3 unearned, coming on a circuit shot from Ken Williams. And we're heading to the 7th inning stretch. Our score, Browns 5, White Sox 1. And Richie Zisk, as the final strains to Old Ball Game reverberate through the night, we'll try and get the Sox on the rally path here. Pitch from Shocker, 4-10, and split chance. Zisk with a big cut, and this is deep into right field, but not deep enough. Back to the wall, and Tobin's going to haul that in. So Zisk, another loud out, and up to plate is Jim Spencer. Spencer has flown out to right field, popped out to second base tonight. Shocker the pitch. 5-5, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. Jacobson puts that away. 2 outs and no drama with that shot, as that was a comfortably shallow fly ball. Oscar Gamble the batter. And Gamble, swing and a miss. Struck him out, so Shocker. High and hard, and Gamble back to the dugout. So top of the 8th inning now, and the Browns once again have used the big inning to acquire a comfortable lead in this one. And Hank Severide's going to lead this off against Laren LeGros. And the pitch, and Severide hits it right on the screws, but right to third baseman Eric Soderholm, who skeers it. And 1 out, Chick Shorten up. 1922's first and only designated hitter, waits for the pitch. And 6-9, and struck him out. So Shorten goes down swinging, and Wally Gerber the batter. LeGros, 2-2 count. Here comes a pitch, 2-9. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Nice lazy high ball that Chet Lemon settles under. And the Brownies go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th inning. So we're heading to the bottom. 6 outs left for the White Sox, and our score remains Browns 5, White Sox 1. Urban Shocker has pitched a solid game. To date, only allowed 4 hits, and of course the big one was the long fly to Jim Essien that got the White Sox on the board for their only run. Eric Soderholm up. Here comes a pitch. 5-9, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Jacobson, plenty of room to put that away. 1 down. Chet Bitter Lemon up. And 4 and a 5, and ground ball down to second base. McManus up with that. 2 quick outs, and the man of the hour for the Sox, who's given them their only bright light thus far this evening, Jim Essien up. Took it deep his last time, and 2 and 11, going to be a split chance. And not this time, it was a diving grab by McManus, robs him of a base hit. So 3 up, 3 down again, and that's 9 in a row since Jim Essien's home run back in the 6th inning. So 1 more to play, folks, and our score, Browns 5, White Sox 1. Top of the order, Jack Tobin up, and Tobin tonight, 1 for 4. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Just an average night for Jack. And 6-3. That's going to be a fly ball to right field X. And Zisk is a 4. And Richie, as has often been the case in these 2 series thus far, has trouble running this one down. It's going to drop in for a single. So Tobin takes a big turn, heads back to first. And 5-1. He still is going to try and get a lead here. He does not. Frank Ellerby, the batter. And the Brownies looking to squeeze out every run possible. Playing a little small ball. Ellerby squares up, and 11. And batter pops out to first base. Runners hold. So F3 for Ellerby on the failed sacrifice attempt. That brings up George Sisler, 1 down. Larry McGraw the pitch. 2-3, and Sisler ground ball down to second base, and Ellerby and his failure to move the runner along results in a 4-6-3 double play. So LeGros comes on, pitches well, and keeps a team within 4 runs. So bottom of the 9th inning and top of the order for the Chi Sox, and Urban Shocker will look to get yet another complete game. It would be his 3rd straight complete game outing of the year if he can hang on. 5-1 lead for the Browns. Pitch to Bannister. 4-9, split chance, and Bannister ropes a single into center field. 5th hit of the day for the White Sox. So they are not done yet, and Bannister's not going to try and get a lead and steal. Not that he would be successful at it, but not taking any chances here. Nobody out. Pitch to Stillman, 6-5. And that's a split chance. And line out to shortstop, Gerber with a nice running grab of that sharply hit ball. Back to first goes Bannister, 1 down, 1 on. George Orr, the batter. Second baseman waves at the air a few times, steps in. Here comes the pitch. 1-8, pops him up, and McManus circles under that. So 2 down now. And the crowd is sitting on their hands as Richie Zisk steps up. They want something to cheer about. Can Richie give it to him? Shocker has a sign, looking to seal it. 6-4, and Shocker, swing and a miss. You, sir, are no good. Ball game over. 1 hit, no runs, no 1 runner left on, and 9 innings are in the books. And Urban Shocker, his 3rd straight complete game to start the season. And as the Brownies take advantage of Chi Sox miscues in the field to take this one 5-1. And final line score. 3 and 4. So the Brownies finished the day with 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. And the White Sox, 1 run. They come up with 5 hits but commit 2 very costly errors that lead indirectly to 4 of the Browns' runs for the 5 unearned against Stoney. So the winner in this one, Urban Shocker, he moves to 3-0 on the season. And he's going to keep that ERA of 1 intact as he has given up a total through 3 starts of 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. So he goes 9, gives up 5 hits, 1 earned run. And he walks 1 and strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4. So pretty standard outing for Shocker. Walks 1, strikes out 4, gives up the long clout to Essien back in the 6th inning. And player of the game, I would be tempted to go with Shocker, but I think this is going to have to go to Kenny Williams. And Williams, who entered this game hitting .452, did nothing to hurt that. He went 4 for 2 with a double and the big blow, a 3-run blast with 2 outs in the 7th inning, which put the game on ice. So 2 for 4 on the day, 2 runs scored, 3 ribbies, double and a triple. POG is Ken Williams for this one. And with that, and again, a reminder, I'll be playing probably a couple, 2-3 games offline using the basic set while I wait for the advanced, super advanced cards for the Brownies to get here. And we'll pick right up where we left off using those cards when they arrive. So again, your final here from Comiskey Park: St. Louis Browns 5, Chicago White Sox 1. The Brownies moved to 7-2 in their journey into 1977. And until next time, have a good night. Keep rolling for the fences. This is Anthony with BBSN. See you later.